shoes on to tighten her down. And that was it for that. Then I came to the shaft that I was going to put through there. And I can't remember how long I made it. I made it plenty long. You really wouldn't have to have it this long, because you'd only need it as long as the longest flute end mill that you're going to grind. So I could have made this, because right now it is just a shade, well, no, it's 10 inches long. And I could have made that I could have made that 7 inches long and got away with it. So don't be afraid of, you can make that shaft a little shorter. But what I did was drilled and bored for the end mill size. Or I didn't ream it, I drilled and bored it actually for the end mill size, and then I drilled and bored it for a bigger end mill size on the other side, 3/4 inch. I got a sleeve in here because I made some sleeves, but this fits a 3/4 inch end mill on this side. And then I went ahead and made some sleeves, different sizes, so I could put it in. But once I did that on each end, I put a nice chamfer on there on the hole. A nice chamfer on this hole. And then I put it between centers, put a drive dog on this end, and then turned it. And then when I was trying to get the taper out, I flipped it and put it in, turned it, flipped it this way, turned it, and I put a lot of passes on this thing. It's like in spots, it's like a mirror. So, but anyway, this here takes you a while to make. There's a lot of lathe work. And when I started too, and I had to dial in I had to move my tailstock, because I was cutting like a half a thou big here and smaller on that end. So then I had to move the tailstock over a little bit, and I had to play with it a little bit to get it. But that's how I did it. I did it between centers. Put it between centers, put a drive dog on the end. And that's about all I can say for it, other than I got it all tore apart now. I can put it all back together, clean it up, put it back together, and hopefully you find some kind of use out of this. I always wonder if people are finding any use out of it, because they don't, sometimes I'll get one thumbs up, maybe no thumbs up, so that's telling me it's really not worth anything. So anyway, lately it's been more thumbs up than I've normally had for a long time. So I must not be boring people. I'm bore you to death, huh? I did not get the sewing machine motor mounted. Reason is, I like the 12-volt motor, and the reason that I like that 12-volt motor, I got my a camera mount up here, and I was going to put a camera on, and the battery was dead. But the reason I like that 12-volt motor is I can reverse that. I don't think you can do that with a sewing machine. I don't know of any way of doing that with a sewing machine motor. It goes one way. So I'm going to stick with that. But I noticed that I can tighten that belt up. I might want to go and get a step belt and step pulley, a set of step pulleys, so that it doesn't slip so bad. I don't have to pull so hard on it and then it slips if I don't. I can swing it around and show you. I've been messing with it a little bit. Oh, where are you at here? There we go. I've been messing with it a little bit, and you got to have the belt. It's just a sewing or a vacuum cleaner belt that I've been using, a flat belt, but it's too much slippery. And here I took the cup wheel off because I want to sharpen with this wheel. That other cup wheel is all right for the end of the end mills, but they fit on the taper. So once you dial them in on this hub, then you don't have to mess with it anymore. You put it on the taper and tighten it up. I'll have to get into how I made this, the spindle for the grinder, next. I should take that apart and clean that out too. If I do take it apart and clean it, I'll maybe give a little talk through how I made that. So, and this motor, I wish I had it sticking out straight out, because turning this too. And plus I got a 1/2-inch bolt in here. I need to get a longer one, because it's got a spring. It's spring loaded. And all right, why isn't it? Oh, it's pushed all the way down. That motor pulling on the back side is pulling it off. I need to put a counterbalance on it. Well, once you get it set anyway, you get the height set. You'll move it up and down for the different the primary and secondary angles, because what you do is you figure out your primary angle, and you move the wheel up and down until it hits right where. I'll show you that when I set it up. I'll show you how we're setting it up. But I got that finger tight. Let's see. I'm looking for the cord end. This little power unit is actually pretty decent. You can see that it takes a while. It takes a while for it to get going, and then plus if I hold it, it just slips. Once it gets going, it's got enough stored energy to keep spinning, but you ain't stopping that motor. It's just slipping. That motor got a lot of oomph behind it, so I might have to sit down and see if I can order a step pulleys. So anyway, I better cut away here. I've been jabbing a long time here and talking through all that. Oh, I was going to mention something else. Something that's I found comical in a way, but not comical. Pookie's gone now, you know, he passed away. And he was my little mouser out here. And now I have a rodent problem. So I've put out traps. I've caught a few. Never had, with Pookie here, really never had a whole lot of problem inside the garage. He took care of it. But anyway, I come to grab a Q-tip yesterday. I was working on a snowblower. And I got a little bit of gasket maker in the wrong spot that I didn't want, and I wanted to take a Q-tip and wipe it away. So I opened my top drawer, my toolbox here, grabbed a Q-tip, went over there, I was going to wipe it. No cotton on the end of it. Like I say, I kind of find it funny, but I don't find it funny. So there was no cotton on either end of the Q-tip, so I went back in the drawer. Yeah, mouse stole all the cotton off all the Q-tip ends. So somewhere there's a cotton nest around here. But anyway, there's another cat in the neighborhood we've been taking care of, that she wouldn't let me close to her. Now that Pookie is gone, she finally let me get close to her. That's the one that I built a house. I built a big insulated house for her because I felt so sorry for her sitting out in the cold. And when it was like 20 below zero and the wind blowing, and you know, the wind chill was really down there. And right now, today, when I got up this morning, it was 1 degree. And the wind was blowing at about 15 to 20 mile an hour. I don't know what the wind chill is for that, but it's cold. So anyway, I better go. So like I say, if you guys find any use of this, let me know by giving me a thumbs up and give me a like and share it with your friends. So thanks for watching.